Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyazifunde iy'ncwadi ey'bhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese sizala sokhuluma ngazo le ndaba esuke siyifundile senzela lapho phela abasuke bengenaso isikhathi ukuthi bayifunde incwadi nalabo abanqanayo nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuke ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama-reviews, ama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Uma ngabe uqala ujoyina namhlanje and you really like our content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi bese uyaphinda futhi upressa i-notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Kanjalo futhi uma ngabe ufuna ukuba a-member of the channel, there's a join button and there's also a thanks button if ufuna ukubonga i-channel ngemali. And thank you so much to everybody that has donated to the channel. Also, thank you so much to everybody that watches ama-advert when they watch my videos. So let's get into today's course, okay? Okay, it's an interesting YouTube morning, to be honest with you guys. As we all know, Owamie from Owamie Entertainment did that live Izolo. I actually was on that live, maybe like a few minutes of it, and I walked out of it to go into La Choncho's live because they were all live at the same time, so I had to choose. But I regret it because apparently izinto zisale zashuba on this side, which was Owamie Entertainment side. And she did that live, and I didn't even know, because when I was listening to her, it had nothing to do with what it ended up being about. But anyway, so I don't know how it got there. Anyway, you guys, so this morning I'm watching, I think it's Josie production, and here it is. Apparently Zolo, she ended up talking about, we all know, you guys, we all know she was talking about NdhivuT. She ended up talking about NdhivuT and this old issue that never really gets old for her. For some reason, it just never gets old for her because she always resurrects this this issue. We think it's dead, and then she resurrects the idea. There are times when she would talk about how they are okay with each other now and whatever, and then all of a sudden, back, you know. It's issues. I think at this point they just need to go to a couples counseling. NdhivuT and Owamie, they must just go to a marriage counselor, because this marriage is stressing us. We are not part of this marriage, but it is stressing us. You know, their divorce was very traumatic to both of them. I don't know if they want to get back together or what. Guys, decide. You want to go your separate way, or you want to stay together? Because now, as we are starting to stress about this marriage of yours. So yesterday, I guess last night, it was one of those nights where she decided to resurrect the whole beef. Her issue is that NdhivuT uyantshontsha ama-ideas akhe, she steals the ideas, steals her stories, and okay, I'm gonna get to that because I'm not gonna be able to not laugh when I get to that. There's some ridiculousness that I cannot even begin to think about. Steals her stories, whatever. Guys, when it comes to really the stories, I don't know, I guess, I mean, for me to be convinced that really NdhivuT is stealing Owamie stories, I would have to hear from her explaining that. How do you feel like NdhivuT is stealing your stories when almost every single one of your stories on your channel come from Musa Khawula? You know, so your stories are Musa Khawula stories, just like everybody else, just like all of us. You know, the stories come from Musa Khawula initiates that conversation because he will throw a bomb lapaya on Twitter, and all of the YouTubers will go and take that story and come and talk about it here on YouTube. So for me, I don't know how. For her, it's making sense for her to say NdhivuT is stealing her stories. But apparently it's not just that. She's talking about my thumbnails. She's talking about my titles, guys, that NdhivuT uyantshontsha. And she also talked about logo. I-logo NdhivuT used to be on the other side. She moved it to this side. You know, and I'm like, guys, do we realize there's only 4 corners? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's millions and millions of YouTubers on YouTube, and you only can choose this corner. My watermark, I think it's on the side because I don't have a logo yet, but I do have a watermark that my son put for me. I don't know how he put it. At some point, I wanted to move it to the other side because I felt like sometimes when they put adverts, it goes over it, and it makes sense that it will be on this side where her logo is. That side, actually, I've realized it makes more sense to put your logo on this side. That's why a lot of people have it on that side. But for somebody to say that somebody stole an idea of putting a logo in one corner of the video instead of the other, how does that even make sense? How does it even make sense? I want to understand her, you guys, but I am struggling to understand what she is complaining about when it comes to NdhivuT. That's why I say maybe if one day she comes on and really like does a video and really like explain herself, because right now for me she's just sounding more and more ridiculous, and then she goes on to talk about the fact that NdhivuT started scheduling her videos for 7 a.m. because only recently Owamie started posting her videos at 7 a.m. Okay, which was last week. She was posting at 7 a.m. But she wasn't the only one, guys, because Owamie says that she doesn't watch a lot of YouTube. She doesn't watch other YouTubers. Maybe that is true, you guys. If she thinks that 7 a.m. she's the only one that posts videos at 7 a.m., maybe it's right, because I've always thought that is untrue. She just doesn't want to seem like she watches other people, but she does watch other people. But maybe it's really is true that she doesn't watch other YouTubers, guys, because if she thinks that she's the only person that posts videos at 7 a.m. in the Mgosi niche in South Africa, she is mistaken, because there are people that are posting at 7. I myself post at 7 a.m. It's just that it's reviews, And how do people come up with this 7 a.m., you guys? If you are a YouTuber, there's a section on YouTube where they show you when your viewers are the most active. They show you between 6 a.m. in the morning and whatever, your viewers are awake, and in between that time, which time are they the most active? And for if you're in entertainment, around 7-8, that's like the best time to post in the morning. I went and I searched for that information because I was wondering why YouTubers like to post in the morning when they post, and I was like, oh, it makes sense, because this is what YouTube says, that the viewers, when it comes to gossip and entertainment, are the most awake, number one, and number two, they are the most active around the time. So because I saw people post in the morning, because now when I started, I would post at any time of the day. So I was like, why does everybody post around this time? And then I went and I looked at, oh, this is why. Let me start doing the same. That's what you do on YouTube. When people are doing things a certain way, you wonder why they do it that way. And if it works for them, you want to try it for yourself to see, does it work for me? That's just, that's how it works. Also, just in business, you guys, you watch your competitor and you watch how your competitor moves, and you could run the exact same campaign that your competitor ran if that campaign was successful. That is just how it works, you guys. For somebody to come and say that you stole their time slot, and lapho NdhivuT posts from morning, NdhivuT you can wake up at 6 o'clock. There's already videos from the Tea World now. There's a video that I wanted to watch, but I was like, I'm not going to be able to watch now because I want to do my video. She posts, last night I posted a video after 8 p.m. because I wanted to try that time, because I've seen that Undivu would post from 6 in the morning until like 9. Sometimes you get videos from NdhivuT at 9 p.m. And I was like, I want to try it out and see if I post at night. And I think maybe that's a second video that I've posted recently that late, to see how does that work? Does it really matter? Should we only post in the morning and post? So you watch people. That's how YouTube work. You watch people. You watch how people work, and you watch what works for people. People post at this time, they get the views. But if they post at this time, they don't. Let me try this time too. I personally think it's ridiculous for somebody to think that somebody has stolen a time slot on YouTube. Can do YouTube one in, guys, because there's millions and millions of creators on YouTube, not just South Africa, other countries as well. And they do, like, if you are somebody that watches American YouTubers, I watch Campire and I watch Shirel's World. they usually do the premieres. They do their premieres around the same time. They do their lives around the same time. Because I'm sure that they probably use the same information that we are using here in deciding when we should post. And a lot of the times I'll be moving between both of them because they are both my favorite YouTubers. That are American YouTubers. So I will move from this one to this one because I'll be like, why are they posting at the same time? It's not a big deal for them because they have their own view. Kemper has his own viewers, and Sherelle has her own viewers. It's not a big deal. I was just like amazed by that she really feels like she's been done wrong by somebody posting at the same time that she has posted. That's why I say for me it just always the beef yabo doesn't make sense, and maybe it's because I don't know understand where it started. Because back then, you guys, if you go on Owamie's videos and you're trying to understand what happened, you do find videos where she does talk about how their friendship went sour with NdhivuT. But on NdhivuT's side, you will never find anything. NdhivuT never did any video. You will find other people that talk about it, but you will not find NdhivuT talking about it. So NdhivuT always seems like she's not really concerned about talking about Owamie. But Owamie always, when she gets an opportunity to talk about NdhivuT, she will talk about NdhivuT. And this is the thing that really, for me, I want to ask Ama Ninjas, Uti. Every time we do a video about Owamie, there's always you guys coming into the comment sections and say our comment section and saying, you guys need to stop talking about Owamie. You know, if you do a video about Owamie, you have to manage your comment section because you know there's those people that are going to come and say, you guys need to stop talking about Owamie. Every small YouTuber wants to talk about Owamie. But you guys sit there and listen to her talk about NdhivuT, and you don't have a problem with the fact that she never stops when it comes to NdhivuT. She can vent and vent and vent and vent. She vented and vented and vented this all. And nobody came into comment section and said, no, stop talking about her, focus on yourself, which is what you guys have said to us as small YouTubers. We need to stop talking about Owamie and focus on growing our channels. And we are saying, but our channels grow very, very much when we talk about her. So how can we stop? So how are you guys as ninjas? How do you justify that? How are you okay with her going on and on about talking about NdhivuT on her channel when NdhivuT has never really talked about her, you know, in that way, in a negative way? I haven't heard it. Maybe I've missed a video of NdhivuT talking about Owamie in a negative way. I haven't seen anything. If she mentions her on a channel, it's going to be something positive. She's going to be acknowledging her work. She's going to be acknowledging her impact if she talks about her on a channel. But yeah, Owam can go on and on and on about NdhivuT. Does that make sense that you guys say that we must stop talking about her when she won't stop talking about? Let's leave the celebrities, because sometimes you guys will say, but she's not a celebrity. Okay, let's leave the celebrities. Let's leave the celebrity stories. Okay, does it make sense for you ninjas to say to smaller YouTubers they must stop talking about Owamie when Owamie just won't stop talking about NdhivuT? And she has no good thing to say about her. She goes on to say that she has blocked her channel because whatever. She says the reason she blocked NdhivuT's channel is because she did not want to copy NdhivuT. Or NdhivuT, so she blocked her channel. Why would... And then she blocked her channel. She doesn't watch the channel, but she knows that NdhivuT has 10,000 views. Not views, 10,000 videos. But she doesn't watch NdhivuT. And something is not making sense. Something is not making sense. You guys, listen. I know, like, I've watched other people's videos on this issue, and I went into the comment section because I was like, maybe I'm not saying something that other people are saying, because for me, this just sounds like the most ridiculous thing that I have ever heard. It is the most ridiculous thing that you would complain about somebody's time slot on YouTube where there's millions and millions of creators posting at that time. That you would complain about somebody stealing your stories when your stories come from Musa Kawula, just like everybody else. You know, I do not get it, you guys. I don't get it. Maybe you guys can make me get it in the comment section. What is the issue here? And also, can you guys see now? that we should be allowed to talk about people because people talk about people too. You know, you guys shouldn't be coming in our comment section reprimanding us about talking about Owamie when Owamie can sit there and vent about somebody, vent about a creator. There are people today who look at NdhivuT differently because of that life, because she vented on that life. They had never noticed anything about NdhivuT's stories, when she posts, when she, how she does her thumbnails, her titles, and all of that. And because of that vent, they are looking at NdhivuT differently. So now, how are you going to justify you saying we must not do the same? We must not talk about her. And have you noticed that a lot of the times that these videos are made about Owamie, it's not that we are attacking her work. I always say I respect her work. You know, I respect her work. I watch her videos because I learn from how she does her work. A lot of the times it's because of these other things that she starts talking about that have nothing to do really with her work. You know, did she really have to talk about NdhivuT that way? But she did. So now should we not be allowed to do the same? If there is an issue really to discuss with regards to her, why are we being guided as to how much we can say and when we can say it because of it's her? But she can sit there on Instagram live and vent and vent and vent and vent and vent. Yes, she didn't say the name, but we know who she was talking about. Everybody knows who she was talking about. And now we can't post it at 7 a.m. Do you know how long I've been posting at 7 a.m.? Eh? Now I'm gonna say, oh, I stole my slot, eh? She stole my slot. Because I've been posting at 7 a.m. too. It's just that like, I don't have many views, Mina. People don't see that I post at 7 a.m. So does that mean she stole my slot? Guys, the ridiculousness is too much. But explain yourselves in the comment section. When you say we mustn't talk about her, how come she's allowed to talk about NdhivuT? Eh? Explain it because for me it doesn't make sense. Today I woke up and I was like, huh? Huh? She's talking about who? She is talking about who? Okay. Okay. It's a field day today because she does the same. Anyway, you guys, please like the video before share it with your friends, with your family, and even it's strangers. Gintanda kakulu.